So this week, I think here's what we can celebrate.
All right.
We have a segment on the show that we do very rarely.
Yeah.
And I think it's good that this is a rare segment because that means that things are going well in this world.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, we could find other things to use in this segment, but they would be kind of depressing, and we don't want to do that.
Okay, and you want to explain to the folks this segment.
Well, there was a man who...
oh, wait, this is funny or hate crime.
I'm sorry. Yes, funny or hate crime. And this comes out of New York, where apparently someone's grave was being violated. Desecrated, I believe, is the term that's used for that activity.
In a unique way, I don't think this is typical behavior.
Well, the son and daughter of the deceased, who visit the grave regularly, they first noticed a bag of poop on the gravesite, which they attributed to a ne'er-do-well dog walker. Then it happened again and again and again. So they set up some security cameras.
Which I believe we're seeing right now. It turned out to be human.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular human, I guess it's still alleged, but
the son and the daughter recognized this man as
someone from their past.
Well, I don't even think their past, because it was 50 years ago that this guy was married to the woman whose grave he's pissing on. And they were only married for like a year. I mean, this guy holds a grudge. Hey, here's another weird wrinkle. He's not alone in that car. His current wife is driving that car. So, this is a weird one, man. So the woman's...
And for reference, for perspective, I can't get Andrea to listen to one side of a Slade album.
The woman's name was Linda Louise Torello, and she and her ex-husband had allegedly not been in contact since 1976. Now, I mean, I guess we can just move on to decide if this is funny or a hate crime.
Well, that's what we haven't explained. The key to the segment is we determine whether this is funny, a hate crime, or both.
Or neither.
Or neither, yeah.
Yeah, and I think we've settled on all four of those on occasion.
Yeah.
But my first reaction to this was, good for him. The guy doing the desecrating.
Yeah, and why was that?
And that, well, why not? But then I got to the part where it said they had not been in contact since 1976, and then I thought, yeah, dude, you got to move on.
True, that's probably best for his sanity.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, isn't it possible that she did something so horrible to him?
That was my next reaction.
Right.
That was the final reaction I settled on. Like, if he's that mad, who knows what she did? And I'll tell you another thing. The fact that his current wife is on board with all this, you would think that she would be like, dude, you're still hung up on this woman you were married to 50 years ago. And she's like, no, let's go do it. It's 5 a.m. Go drink some water because we got some desecrating to do. So, I mean, this is obviously funny. There's no way this isn't funny. But the thing is I'm going to have to say it's not a hate crime because I'm going to bring up this other part of the story here. In the state of New York, grave desecration is only considered a crime when the damages exceed $250. Therefore, the local police have said we can't press charges in this case. He's just taking a leak outside, man. It's despite the fact that they have it on video. You would think public indecency at least would be on the table here.
But as I understand it, this woman's son, the woman who's buried in under this tombstone, it seems like he's gone out of his way to spend an obscene amount of money on desanitizing the premises.
It says he hired a hazmat company to remove all of the grave decorations that are soaked in urine.
Could I just give a suggestion? Possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe he was still in love with her, and they were into water sports. Saying.
Oh, my God.
Could have been into water sports before they broke up.
So this is an act of, this is an act of love in your opinion.
A crime of passion?
Yeah.
It's his version of gangsta-lean.
And the current wife who's involved in this, what's her story on that?
Well, I mean, if they're in the water sports, I'm sure there was some kind of fetish.
So they're part of a community of perverts, I guess.
Just people that like water sports.
All right.
Here's my take on this. I do believe it is an act of hate. He clearly did not love this woman.
Right.
She did something at some point that turned him against her to such a degree that, as you said, it's almost 50 years or something like that. He's been carrying this grudge.
Yeah.
So it is an act of hate, but it's not an act of hate based on who that person is, something about them that they can't help. It's not that she's a woman. It's not that she's of a certain race or a certain orientation or a certain religion. It's he just really hates something that she did.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure you could call this, although it is an act of hate, it doesn't fall under the definition of hate crime, in my opinion.
In your opinion, you don't know. He could just really hate Italians. We really don't know for sure. But yeah, I mean, but you think it's funny, right?
I wouldn't say it's funny, and I wouldn't recommend anybody engage in this.
All right. Well, I thought it was funny.
We disagree. So
also this, by the way, if you're wondering, just like I was, what this building behind them was, it looks like someone's house.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's a church. Like, okay, that's where you go to church, huh? Looks like you could pick up like a $2 hamburger there. But all right. I think we've exhausted the